Here's a clip from Tarabuster with Tara Devlin.
The other day, we saw when Whoopi had Bernie on The View, and she was, when you getting out of the race? When you getting, like, really, really just so condescending to him, so mean to him.
Can you explain why you're still in the race?
Yeah, well, there is a path,
Bernie,
but the point is, people have a right.
Why are you still in the race?
Democracy. What I am very worried about
so your
is
plan
that
is to
people
stay
cannot
in,
afford
yes?
Well, you know,
Your plan
is
to stay.
Said that we are. Well, for the fourth time.
You're assessing.
We are assessing.
Okay, all right.
We are assessing.
Very good.
So dismissive and obviously pissed off at him and Democrats, real Democrats, for wanting actual reform that will shore up the holes, the fissures of disunity that made Twitler possible to begin with. This is Whoopi Goldberg on The View talking. Let me just play it. She's talking about Jill Biden.
And Dr. Jill becomes a Surgeon General. His wife.
Yeah,
Because Joe Biden's wife, because she, you know, he would never do it, but she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor.
I thought she was a doctor and
PhD.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I could be wrong. I thought she was.
Yeah, I think she's a teacher, but you know.
Did you hear that? Let me play that again.
And Dr. Jill becomes a Surgeon General. His wife.
Yeah,
Because Joe Biden's wife, because she, you know, he would never do it, but she's a hell of a doctor.
She's a hell of a doctor.
she was a doctor and
PhD.
yeah.
She's not a doctor.
I could be
She's
wrong.
a,
I thought she was.
Yeah, I think she's a teacher, but you know.
But, you know, she's not a medical doctor. She's a hell of a doctor? That's why they hate us. You see what I'm saying? It's when Republicans, they want Republican votes. They keep saying, we want Republican votes. By what? By peddling Republican policies right back at them. And this is the kind of thing that this is going to be all over right-wing media to show how, this is how they operate. The hypocrisy, the idiocy. I expect this from right-wingers, you see? If we were watching Fox News and a similar thing happened, we would be calling them out there too. But here's Whoopi talking about Jill Biden as the Surgeon General. Joe Biden should make Jill Biden the Surgeon General because she's an amazing doctor? She's a hell of a doctor? And then the people applaud. What? And they look like assholes. What are you talking about? She's an amazing doctor. She's a hell of a doctor. This is what I'm talking about. And no wonder they're like, oh, Joe Biden's lead is insurmountable. But you think this has anything to do with the fact that it's an incessant, constant Bernie bash everywhere you go. They bash not only him, but his supporters, like me and you, and people who actually want to have crazy things like Medicare for all. They want it all now in the middle of a coronavirus. How about sick leave? Oh, it's only applicable in the middle of a coronavirus. But if we had it anyway, if we had any dignity and respect for each other as working people, as the American people, but this would already be in place. This is what Bernie talks about. Leaving no one behind. There is nothing more American than leaving no one behind. That is the American way. But they're trying to make it like it's some kind of something we should be ashamed of. This is why. It's so sickening to me. But when she's like, Joe Biden should be Surgeon General because she's an amazing doctor. She's a hell of a doctor. How do you know, Whoopi? You talking out of your ass again? Looks like it. Cringe worthy. She's an amazing doctor, an incredible doctor. This is right out of the annals of Fox News. When they do shit like this constantly, when they, of course, you know they're going to be showing this all over right-wing media. Does Whoopi even say, whoops, I'm a dum-dum? Sorry, I'm a dumb bitch in the tank for Joe Biden. And obviously I'm blind and stupid and just saying talking out of my ass because I don't know, I want Joe Biden because he says he's a Democrat, at whatever that means. I mean, I don't know. He says he's a real Democrat. Whatever a real Democrat is, I haven't figured it out yet. It's somebody who wants to get to brunch. I know that. It looks like it's somebody who doesn't give a shit that the American middle class is now below 50% of the population, and they want to peddle a health insurance racket policy that leaves 10 million people without anything in the middle of a pandemic. I don't know. That doesn't sound very democratic to me, but she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor.
And Dr. Jill becomes a Surgeon General, his wife.
Yeah.
Because Joe Biden's wife, because she, you know, he would never do it, but she's a hell of a doctor. She's an amazing doctor.
She's a doctor and
Kidding me? And I'm sure she thought she was slam dunking it. She's in a, oh yeah, she gave me, she did my pap smear. What? She's not a doctor? What? What? I didn't know that. She's only a doctor of teaching? She's not a doctor of medicine? What? She gave me a proctology exam. She stuck her finger up my ass and everything. And what? What? She gave me a colonoscopy. She's not a medical doctor? What? She lays it off my genital warts, that bitch. What? She's only a doctor of teaching. What? I mean, she did a D&C on me. My endometriosis. She's a hell of a doctor. I thought she was a hell of a doctor when she was giving me a vaginal exam. She was giving me a pelvic exam. Shit, she's been prescribing me these oxys? She's not a medical doctor? What? She's a hell of a doctor, though. Then look at this fucking guy.
yeah.
Because Joe Biden's wife, because she, you know, he would never do it, but
He would never do
she's
it.
a hell of a doctor.
He would never do it because he has so much integrity. You know, I mean, he would never do it. He would send your son and daughter to die for an illegal war based on lies, but he would never put his wife as Surgeon General. Probably not, because she's not a f***ing doctor of medicine. I'm going out on a limb here.
Tarabuster is recorded live every Saturday evening from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern at the RDT Daily Facebook and YouTube channels, and rebroadcast on Sunday from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern on Progressive Voices, or anytime on demand on the Progressive Voices app.
Support RDT Daily and Tarabuster by becoming a patron at patreon.com/TaraDevlin. Remember, we stick together, we win.